Wilson,
Here.
Weiss, Clark.
Here.
All right, everybody had a chance to go over the minutes from the previous meeting. Unless there's any changes, I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carried. Is there anything to be added or changed on the agenda?
No.
Okay, then I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So I move approval of the agenda.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carried. We can start with conflict of interest declarations. Don, you want to start us off?
I have none.
Chris
I have
Barkle.
none.
Chris Barkle, none.
Nelson, none.
Clark, none.
All right, no conflicts of interest. 7:03, first agenda item is at 7:05. So can we move up a plat, or
I think just wait.
we'll just wait?
It's less than 2 minutes, yeah, by the
Okay.
time we get it pulled up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up. Yep. Oh,
Okay.
we're just glad you're here.
Road construction.
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
doing that already?
Oh, yeah.
The bridges.
Well, I see they got the detour signs ready to go for overweight or overwit or something, so.
You got here just in time for the good stuff.
All right. I guess Kathy, if you want to, do you have any conflict of interest declarations?
No.
All right, we're good to go. So, first agenda item is the list conditional use permit. Applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to build a single-family dwelling in a rural transitional district per Article 18, Section 1805, and Article 19, Section 1905. Said property is legally described as the east 953 feet of the east half of the southwest quarter, lying south of the highway, Section 4, Township 93, Range 56, west, Yankton County, South Dakota.
All right, so Diane List, she's here tonight. She owns the parcel that the cursor is on. You can see it's rural transitional. You can see that there is a homestead there. There was a house at one time, but it was torn down. Because it's been torn down and it's been long enough and she wants to put it in another place, she needs a conditional use permit to put a single-family dwelling there. If it had been there and she tore it down and rebuilt in the same place, she wouldn't have needed a conditional use permit because of the time frame and the move. I'm sorry?
It is in the same place.
Oh, I thought you were gonna move it a little bit.
Maybe 10 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically the
Yeah, but it's been over a year, so that non-conforming has expired. So she just needs a conditional use to put another house there.
Okay, and it's right in the farm place there?
Yeah, it's gonna be right in this area, correct? Approximately?
I can see it there. Yeah, that's right. It's right here.
Okay.
Can you zoom in a little bit, Bill?
What's that?
Can you zoom in a little bit?
This is a barn and a barn here. It's right here where the old house was, right there.
Okay. So all the utilities and ingress, egress, everything's gonna be the same as it used to be, just a new house.
Correct.
Has anybody got any questions for Bill?
question, and I think I heard correctly, but the CUP is only due to time expiring?
Yes, if there would have been a house existing, she could tear it down and rebuild in the same spot because it's considered a non-conforming use, but because the house has been gone long enough, that non-conforming use has disappeared.
Okay.
I'll move approval of the CUP.
I'll second.
Okay, was there any other questions for Diane? Did you want to add anything?
Just, you know, it's been in the family for over 100 years, so.
Yeah, we just approved a plat last meeting,
Yep.
dividing up some of your father's land
Yes.
to the 4 children, and so she's got this parcel too, so.
Okay, so I have a motion on the table. I guess going through the findings of fact. Ingress, egress, like we said, is the same. All the service and utilities, all the same. Screening, there's not really any reason to deny it. It's compatible with the area. It's been there for years. So,
Right.
so unless anybody has anything to add,
I think we need to call for public comment, just
oh yeah.
for the sake.
I guess, is there any public comment? Diane, if you want to say anything final, then otherwise I don't see anybody else here, so I'll close public comment. Unless there's anything else from the board, we can vote on it.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Right.
Diane, who's your brother? You have a brother?
I have 2 brothers.
Which-
They don't live here, Tim and Tom.
Oh, okay, you're
I'm the only one.
like Roger's a cousin then, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Do I have to send out letters again? For my family homestead, it's
Yep.
been there for 100 years.
Yep.
Okay,
Sorry.
Thanks, Diane.
all right.
All right, moving on to the plats. We have the Goshen Nation LLC.
See, I'm getting smarter. Put the parcel ID right there. Only took me 2 years. So if you remember back, I think it was last year, we actually changed the ordinance to deal with some of the issues with this. This is where they're building, and they got a CUP to build the little man caves, individual offices that they're selling. And so this plat, let me get down to it. They've started building some of the units and they've platted them off, and they would like to have that plat completed so they can start selling them. So on Beacon, it would be right along this area here. And they meet the requirements of that. This main structure meets the setbacks, but we have the party wall exemption in our ordinance now that they don't have to be separated and they don't need a variance.
So each plat is just like that A1, A2, and it's just the actual unit itself.
It's called plats of A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, lot 21. And this is just, I'm sure, the first of many.
Yeah. So like the setback area around the units, that's owned by or that's part of the lot for the larger space there.
That's owned by the original owner. Each person will just own
Just
their
in their
little lot
wall.
here.
Their little
Within their
wall.
walls.
Between the walls, yep.
They don't own the land?
They'll own the land underneath it, but they won't own
Oh, okay.
any of it around it. Well, they may eventually, they may decide to, create like an HOA or something and divvy it up, but for the time being.
I would move approval of the plat.
Second.
All right, we can vote when you're ready.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes,
Weiss,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is the Bender plat.
Well, that's in the same area. This parcel right here. We did a plan on this a while back, separating these, but this property owner for both of these parcels wanted to buy this section adjacent to his, which you can see right here. This is the main house and that other area. And then these two are separated. This parcel is gonna be purchased by the owner of the Motorsport. He owns this one, and I think this one and this one. Nope, that's still Bender. He owns this one, and he's buying this middle piece right here.
Parcel A.
And then track 2 will be, still be part of, under the same ownership as this one. And there is access, if you look on the plat, we did create an access coming from their property on, is that West 11th or 10th? 11th, going down through their property to this, so there is a dedicated easement or access easement to that parcel. This one has one on this parcel that we approved previously. So they're basically just dividing this parcel up. Make everybody happy.
I'd move approval of the plat.
second.
All right, we can vote when you're ready, Bill.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
yes,
Weiss,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes.
Right, next up is the list plat.
This one I can find.
I think every plat that you've done this month has been in the lake area.
yep.
Just about all of them, yeah. There was one northeast that was sold, but, so the list family owns, it's a huge piece that goes all the way up across 314. They are surveying off a rectangle right here along this property line. And then their plan is they want to rezone that to moderate density residential, which matches all of this, and then divide it into housing lots. So the first step was to survey this off, because it's 7 or 8 acres, I believe.
And right now it's R1.
It's R1 right now, 7.659 acres. So they can get potentially 7 individual lots if they can rezone it to moderate density, which is all the way across the road and over here. So that'll be coming down the line eventually.
But for now, even though it's R1, it still meets the
Yep,
minimum
still,
lot sizes.
minimum lot size is 5 and it's 7.569, yep.
So, Bill, refresh my memory, when the residents of West 11th paid for the upgrade, additional lots what was gonna happen there?
I don't remember. Do you remember if they signed up initially?
I don't think so.
Okay. That would be a question for Patty. Well, I can find out for you.
I just wondered.
Yeah.
People have been asking me.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Well, that's why they asked them in the first place,
And
'cause-
and probably more so, I don't sure how much this is aware of, but 29 or 30 lots just right next to that.
Yeah.
They're working on it. It's painted it up, looks nice.
I'm sorry?
They're working on
Yeah.
cleaning it up.
Oh, yeah. I'll find out tomorrow. I'll talk to Gary and Patty, and I'll send you an email so you can tell everybody what's going on.
Cause we're just about gonna double the houses that'll use that.
Yep. Unless you can convince them all to come off of 314.
And I would tell you that, this is just my opinion, I haven't heard a person complain about it. So I think they're very happy with what they got.
Yeah.
Is it paved or
Pardon?
is
It's
it
asphalt.
paved? Asphalt.
The double chip seal. Which is,
Is that a straight out fee or do you pay that on assessment?
we pay, I think for 6 years.
Yeah, they had to start a year ahead of time, and then once that year was up, the road construction started. Then I think they come back in another year and put another layer on it,
Yeah.
but it's a 6-year assessment on their taxes.
So the new people need to pay something.
I'm sure that was dealt with in the original agreement, but I don't recall what it was. And I don't want to say,
Well, I think when we talked about it, we just wanted, they wanted to do it, the community wanted to do it, and so, it worked well with the commission. But they kinda talked about that's the way development's gonna go in Yankton, quite likely, and, probably a better road will be put in sometime down the road,
there's a lot of potential development out there,
yeah,
still to come.
probably
So-
another 200,
Yeah.
300 lots.
They can
Well, could, yeah.
pay the same amount that you guys pay, but put it in escrow to be used later for,
But we're supposed to
Maintenance.
pay for the maintenance too, so
Well, this owner, I
we're
don't
happy.
think, I don't think he'd have a whole lot of issue getting him to help, but you never know.
I think Ryan List is gonna build on one of those lots,
His daughter, for his daughter.
his daughter.
Yep.
It's a good area for him to build.
Well, unless there's anything else, I'll move approval of the plat.
Second,
We can vote when you're ready.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
yes,
Nelson,
Yes,
Weiss,
yes,
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, next up is the Hillsland plat of Lot 2, Parcel C, McVeigh Edition.
This is. This is a funky little one. Nah, I better search for it. Sorry. So the next two plats are both for Hillis land. They have this piece, and as you can see, it has this funky piece here, and this piece as part of this parcel, and this is a separate parcel. So they're cleaning it up. They've added this little section to this piece, and this section to this piece. So this will now be one, and this will be one. And I'll pull those plats up so you can see the difference. So you can see that this is the top one. They have cleaned it all up and taken this little jog out and the one down below. And then the next parcel, plat, excuse me, is just that bottom piece with this section added and this section added. So it's really not changing anything, it's just cleaning things up. And I think they're planning on developing that, so that was another reason to get it cleaned up.
they're from North Dakota.
Yeah, I know they're from not around here, but I think there's a realtor working on it, so. So yeah, both plats are just cleaning up that area.
They'll both still meet the minimum lot sizes.
Yes.
So I guess on the first plat, I'd move approval.
Second,
Go ahead and vote when you're ready.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Second Hillis land plat, the other half of that replat. I'd move approval.
Second.
You can vote when you're ready.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is the Kalsulis plat, replat.
So the Kalsulis owned this piece. This is actually another separate lot, and then they own this piece. This gentleman is buying a portion of this, and then they're combining all the rest of it into one, so there's two separate parcels that look like that. This would be, oh, it's upside down, isn't it? Yeah.
No,
This plus part of this is this, and then this is this plus a little bit of this.
So it'll still be two lots, it's just changing them.
Two conforming lots, yep. Just changing the, and it clears it up, because like I said, there was a non-conforming lot that's not shown here, and so we had them combine that to eliminate that non-conforming lot.
I think
So-
that was like last year, wasn't it, that we had that or something?
No, this has been like that for years.
Oh.
I think you're thinking just a little bit southeast of that. Yeah.
Move approval.
Second.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, last plat is the Dumont Holdings.
If you remember a month or two ago, we did a preliminary plat and then a final plat for some of the lots in here. This is just a few more lots in that development. We've got 4, 5, and 6. Here's 4, here's 5, here's 6. And that possible adverse possession is still shown on the plat until it's cleared up. So it's these 3 lots. They're all conforming. They should have just done them all at once. But you know how it goes.
So these 3 lots wouldn't be affected by the adverse possession there
Nope.
at all? I'll move approval of the plat.
Second.
Vote when you're ready.
Barkle,
Yes.
Kettering,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, So that takes us to the end of the agenda. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I close public comment. Need a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you, folks.
Fast.
I was worried, because SDSU plays in an hour.
Well, the girls, ladies, I didn't know that,
That was,
the first 3 quarters were pretty dang close.
Going to Iowa girls.
South Dakota
South Dakota.
State, South Dakota State.
Didn't they have a bunch of injuries?
Thanks, Dan.
yep, then they went recruiting
Have a
Good evening.
Yep, you
on campus.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yep,
They went recruiting on campus for a couple girls, and they have stepped up, so. Yeah.
There was another team that, between injuries and illness, had that happen, and they had tryouts.
Yep,
One of the girls they showed on ESPN, she got in, and
yep.
she did okay.
Yeah, the one, she said, I didn't think I was ever gonna play basketball again. Here she is.
I don't think it's gonna be too long before we're gonna have, the task force information coming to us on the wind towers. So,
I got a message today, Iowa, okay, SB 201 that we had was just for carbon monoxide. Down in Iowa, it is for carbon, wind, solar, trying to take away county control to put those in.
Did you see, I don't know if you follow that obscure paper out of Sioux Falls, the Word and Digital? They've been pushing the carbon thing is all carbon. Those people now say, yes, they can handle oil through that